and I thought maybe I'd begin as a fascist. So here are the rules. Rule number 1. What is a rule? Rule number 2. A rule is a question. Rule number 3. Writing in this journal is a pact signed in blood to uphold youth and vigor and chauvinism and decadence, and to rip idols from their limbs that root them. Unless that idol is me, Johnny Scuffles. 4. We are idols, but we are not chauvinists. Rule number 5. Write if you don't want to. Write what you don't want to. Write nonsense. Maybe write memoirs. Rule number 6. Don't write if you don't want to. Rule number 7. Never contradict yourself. Rule number 8. Write memoirs. And write nonsense. Stories are welcome. Especially if you got laid. More especially if you smoked crack. Who knows? Rule number 9. Rules are never to be broken and always to be broken. They are the most important and meaningful accumulation of shit that nobody who matters has ever cared about. Ever. 10. This is the 10th commandment. And now, the notes to a blues song. Life in the jungle. Jesus with the lizards. And those mosquitoes, they pick on my skin and bones. Now they call me Johnny Scuffles. And I wear a dark hat with some orange fluffy ruffles. Yeah, I'm Johnny Scuffles. Spoken in a deep voice. Johnny Scuffles walked into a cold, cold bar, and a man looked at him. And he said, "Hey man, now ain't you Johnny Scuffles?" And he said, "Yeah man, I'm Johnny Scuffles. What's it to you?" "My name is Johnny Scuffles, baby, and that's life in the jungle and Jesus with them lizards. And they're gonna keep on picking on my skin and bones, oh yeah. 'Cause it's a cold world out there, baby. Like death in the afternoon. And ain't nobody listening. And life, she is a bitch, but she about to have puppies." But morning is the clearest of all self-reflexive moments, the hour before the ego consumes itself from the universal platter. I want to throw away all my forks and my spoons and place my knives in a little drawer, in a drawer somewhere for keeping, and then to devour. To devour the universe with bare hands as a barbarian eats his daily sludge, a group of nomads, all donning the weathered look of true man-animals. They sit around a makeshift dinner placement adorned with empty pots of mead and strong ale, sloshy from their savage feast of eat and drink, and I am that man seated at the head of the table with the skulls of my enemies strung around my neck, their bones ostentatious displays of my will. I don't ache, but I do know life in a way that no man can boast the better, and this is my life, and that is my life. And all in between, my playground and my battlefield. I beg the gods to give me more to take. But I've lost all semblance of faith and charity, and I rely on nothing but my own strength. And so in the afternoon we'll conquer. And in the evening we will delight in our spoils. And in the night our screams. They'll echo for miles like the laugh of banshees. Because nobody can take myself, my world from me. And I am so fucking alive. Sometimes a man desires a woman so much that he wants to devour her. And it's an indescribable intensity, but at the same time he lives to pleasure her with an equally explosive effort. And those two are kept in balance. And I guess that's what happened. "My groin is the author of all the world," said God, and all of the people crowded under Mother Shaw. You see, these are tides drawn to the moon of some woman's fancy, blankets covering a nude body, the window was open in the morning and she was naked and I held my pen. What more than the caresses or exercises in nude acquaintance to make a man feel good? As a woman caressed me, and after all the mayhem I felt better. What better way to liven the senses, bemuse the magical self into some faith in possibly something, than the love of a beautiful woman? I didn't conquer her. I felt no need, I rather submitted to her body, and I let her beauty devour my appetite, and now I feel better, and I'm so grateful.